Greetings, this is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and we're just chilling here. It's my van. Got my little Econoline with the barbecue built onto the back. Got the rocket boxes up here. Got the storage for the propane up there. Put a bike on the front, and I can live quite comfortably in this. I actually got a bigger one. I call the Battle Van. It's one of them GMC value vans. You know, and that one's made more to be put somewhere and parked and used as a base station. That one's back at my house on the other side of the state. Right now, I'm getting my Peterbilt worked on because, you know, routine maintenance, a few other things. So I got a little time to chill, so I figure, why not just go to the park, set up my chair, you know, play some video games, maybe look up a little stuff on the internet like some trucking. People say, why a van? I would say, why a house? If you are a single individual, you know, if you're an individual going your own way in whichever way you choose to go, why would you pay for things you really don't need? I mean, if I had to say one of my mistakes was, it was a good investment in the long run, but it's been kind of annoying over the years having a house. I recommend buying raw property, and then it keeps the taxes low until you build on it. As far as, you know, upkeep, water bills, insurance, all that crap. You know what I have as far as the big bill with the van? Maintenance, gas, and insurance. Now, you were going to do that for a vehicle anyways. So, I mean, you could take a van like this, drive it out into the middle of nowhere, say out in Bend, Oregon, up in the Cascades, beautiful trees, like Wickiup Reservoir is a good example of that. Lots of beautiful places to camp out in the outlands. Just quietly minding your own. If you find some of these spots, you can actually still get internet service, which is fucking hilarious. But the point of it is that the laid-back lifestyle you can live is really cool. Now, I know some people would clown on me and say, oh man, look at that old van. But look at what a car costs these days. I talked to some of these cats out here, and they got these nice jacked up pick-em-up trucks, and I asked them how much did it cost. Well, one guy says, oh, this one cost me $50,000 a few years ago. And another guy today said, well, this one cost me $65,000. Shit, man, you could rebuild a whole semi for that. You could rebuild a semi for $40,000. You know, if you found the right old semi with the motor, the tranny. You know, like me, personally, I'm thinking 12.7 with a 18 speed, and I'll figure out what the transmission is, and then I got to figure out the customization for the 12.7. But the money you save, and the biggest thing is rent. Next one is car expenses. But why have an overpriced car when you're not going to be there to enjoy it and drive it? I get it when you retire. You get a nice little car or a souped-up nice little van. You know, personally, me, I like efficiency. So, like, a diesel van, good mileage. You know, I don't need to get there at top speed. I just want to get there, you know, and I want to get there. The more money I save, the more money I have to be able to spend in the future or invest. Now, I'll just point it out because someone's going to notice it. What's up with that hole on that door? Well, that upper deal there basically got stuck, and the bottom part got stuck. There's supposed to be a lever there, and it was murder to get the thing out. I don't know why, it just seized up. It was working fine, then one morning it wasn't. So we just pulled it out. My brother-in-law was like, man, you need to replace that, fix that. And I'm like, I'll look for the part when I get to it. You know, it's probably like $300 for that part. You know what I actually do, because it works just fine? Down at the bottom there, at the bottom of the hole, I stuck it. You take the same piece of rebar I'm using for the concrete back at the house, you know, stuff like that big around. It fits right in that hole and fits right into the groove. Works fine. So, and it holds the door. It don't rattle too much. You know how much it cost me? Well, I already own the rebar, so nothing. So the point of it is that, you know, it's all about what are you satisfied with. I'm satisfied. You know, the only thing I would have a little better is if this was, instead of a half ton, it was a 1 ton that was a little jacked up in a 4x4. But I already have this. So why be uncomfortable when I'm perfectly comfortable? And for those who are like, well, how do you shower? How do you bathe? In the outlands, I'll just make a bucket bath or take a swim in the lake, okay? Swim in the lake, bathe in the river. In the cities, you got your truck stops. You got your gyms. If you figure out what gym memberships, maybe you might have 2 memberships if it's cheap enough. I mean, like if they only want $50 a year, you know, get a few of them. That way you got more variety wherever you go. But yeah, you shower at gyms and whatnot. Some of the places at the truck companies you might work for, whether you're owner-operator company or whatever you do, they have showers at some of these companies. So, I mean, really, what are you paying all that extra money out the door for? So, Anyways, this is OTR Ogre and Corgi, and why? It's like I said, man. To me, efficiency is a form of spirituality. And man, that street preacher over there, he got a good crowd. Got a little street pastor. Street preacher sounds like someone who's insane. Street pastor is someone who's insane, who has a nice little following behind him. So, preach on, brother. OTR Ogre and Corgi out.